Hey sexy crazy people, so welcome to today's video, which is White Dwarf issue 485. We've got a lovely corn berserker on the front by the look of it. You also get again some more card pullouts. So we've got this, which looks to be for the boarding actions, and then we've got these cards for Age of Sigmar, and a recipe card as well for your paints. You also get Gringrax's Loon Court. So that's abilities, etc. And then you get this. And now this Adversaries of the War and the Great Stomp. I've seen this several times now that they've produced these. So yeah, we've got some of those again, and then we've got these for Flash Gits or something, or Gloomspike Gits, that's it, Gloomspike Gits. So there you go, and we'll come on to those in just a sec. So let's have a look. White Dwarf, issue 485, you the creator, so introduction by the editor. Right, new fighter and ability cards using Gringrax's Loon Court in Warcry, a Great Stomp campaign tracker so that you can use the new Warcry rules in your games, and new tiles for boarding actions that feature boarding pods and docking umbilicals. So there you go. So straight into readers, models, etc. Got some nice stuff. So obviously with myself and my partner collecting Stormbringer, I'm going Stormcast Eternals and she's collecting the Oryx. So I'm kind of taking a little bit more interest in these. Nice model of Autark here. And painting questions, Crimson Slaughter. So for all the various Chaos Space Marines that I've collected in various box sets, not necessarily specifically collecting Chaos Space Marines, but when I collect a box set and Chaos Space Marines are included, I'm doing the Crimson Slaughter. So that's quite a nice paint scheme for it. Crimson Fist's Lieutenant, Slaughter Priest with Hackblade. Nice. And that was like Aeronautica Imperialis. And we get this lovely double page spread of a Helm's Deep diorama for strategy games in Middle Earth. Excuse me while I have a slurp of tea. Helm's Deep by Elliot Prowse. That looks really nice. Looks good. They've even done the door where it's been knocked in by the battering ram. So yeah, plenty of games that you can, games and scenarios that can be played on that, no problem. Worlds of Warhammer, setting the scene on your battlefields. So if you're reading this, you already know that playing a game of Warhammer is one of the fine things in life. This is especially true when both armies are painted and the table is host to gorgeous terrain, whether it be large or small. So this is obviously just talking about table setup and terrain and stuff like that. But this board here is quite nice. All this sort of like rustic machinery here, and then we've got Tau against Admech. And then you've got a Age of Sigmar board there, which looks quite good. I'm looking forward to getting the scenery for the Age of Sigmar stuff. I think some of it will cross over with 40k reasonably easily. And certainly I'm looking at, because I'm still trying to get, a friend of mine was like, yeah, we need to play Dungeons and Dragons. And I obviously want to get that. sorted out and get a campaign going, and I think some of the terrain that we get from this will cross over into the Dungeons and Dragons quite nicely. So, the Eternal War for the Conquest of the Mortal Realms. Nice. Love these ogres, they're fantastic. Or giants, I suppose they call them. Land of Living Peaks, Flashpoint Rondel. So this is a continuation of an article that we've seen several times, or certainly a location that we've seen mentioned several times in previous magazines. The Great Stomp Part 4, Flashpoint Rondel. So the Great Stomp comes to Warcry. Over the past several issues we've been building up rules for the Great Stomp in Age of Sigmar multiplayer campaign for 2 to 8 players. So there you go. So here we go. Great Stomp territories. Tusk Vault, Mountains of Miraz, Sevilla's Ruin. Territories continued. Gaping Portal, Svilland, or Svilland, Table River Pass, Corpse Bogs, Beast Grave, Diamondback Rapids, Lynx's Crescent, and then Gods and Monsters, Galleries of Gods and Monsters. Now, we've gone for premium with our Stormbringer, and my other half will be getting this, so it'll be interesting to see what she does with it. And I'll be getting this beastie, my receipt. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Really looking forward to painting up Krondis. And then we've got Lord Croak and Be'lakor, Kragnos and Nagash. And wow, who's this? Alariel, the Ever Queen. Is this Sylvaneth? I don't know. She looks fabulous though. And then we've got Archeron, Ever Chosen. That looks chaos to me. Right, rules of engagement. The charm and appeal of 2-player campaigns. Carcass Dons. So this is obviously just talking about going through a 2-player campaign. Come back. The last time I penned the rules of engagement column, I spoke about the large Path to Glory campaign I ran in the studio, the War in Carcass Dons. For those who read that piece, found in issue 475 or followed the campaign's progress inside the studio, you'll be happy to hear the campaign was a rip-roaring success with 25 players in total, fighting over a vast map of 150 regions. After a hotly fought series of battles, it was our resident photographer Eric Neems who led his warband of Fire Slayers to victory and was crowned the overall winner of the campaign. First and foremost, 2-player campaign is very quick to organise. Okay, yeah, so 2-player campaign, various bits and pieces. So so this is a flowchart which gives you attacker win or defender win. So if the defender wins, you move down to this, which would be, so the first battle will be battle on the plains, and then you do, if the defender wins, it's last stand. If the attacker wins that one, then it's break the stalemate, so on and so forth, until you come down, and each battle is the following battle is dependent on the result, obviously, of the previous one. The Killing Moon, the Loon Tide comes, so this comes in with our Warcry cards here. And then you've also got this, which is the abilities card. New rules. Gloomspite Gits, the Bad Moon. Faces the Bad Moon. Great, I love these squigs. Fantastic. Cool. Gloomspite Gits background tables. So these look like yeah, D10 rolling charts and D6 origin and leadership backgrounds. Knights of the Stinkhorn. Well, that's nice, isn't it? Bladeborn Fighters. New rules for fielding Bladeborn Fighters in Warcry. This time, Gringrak the Great and his Loon Court. So that's what all these cards are for. And then Glory Points. This is the Gnarl Spirit pack. So this is Warhammer Underworlds. So these guys look very similar to the skeleton warriors that we get in Cursed City. The Elfhorn or something, the Elfhorn something. I can't remember what they are now. Tale of 44 Warlords. Hey, what? 44? So this is just looking back at all the Tale of 4 Warlords or Tale of 4 Gamers, etc. Yeah, it's just looking back. Tale of 4 Gamers. So it gives you some stats here for the and then the Warlords and the players and what they fielded. Grim Darkness, the Far Future, there is only war. So these are Tome Keepers, Blood Angels, against an offshoot of the Death Guard, by the look of it, in this particular picture. Right, Raelian's Quest, Arcs of Omen, Herald of Misery. So this is tying in with the Arcs of Omen series of books, which are currently leading up to 10th edition. Okay, all right. So I know I'm late to the game with this magazine, but who saw the teaser for potentially 10th edition with the Tyrannid and then the Terminator glinting in the eye, reflected in the eye of the Tyrannid? I'm excited. I'm excited. So, although I can't afford it this week, I have asked a friend of mine to put me aside a copy of Wrath of the Soulforged King. So hopefully when that comes through, not this coming Saturday, not the 18th, but the 25th, I will do an unboxing video, which I will get up as quickly as I can. And then I will do a build video for Azrael and Vashtor. Opportunistic Obliteration, Arcs of Omen, Herald of Misery. So this looks like fiction to me. Find me the witches. Yeah, it's fiction. The Grand Marshal of Ruin paused momentarily to examine every component of his assault. Yeah, so there's a bit of fiction there. Void Siege, Arcs of Omen, Herald of Misery. Ready your boarding pods for siege warfare in space. So this is going to come in with this. Now, I looked at this. These things here, I mean, these are cut on this side of the card. This, you've got dotted lines, which I'm assuming is where you're going to be cutting. And then these, obviously, they bisect across there and down the centre of these. So, yeah, cool. But it's showing you how to use the boarding tiles. So boarding pod next to particular things. Docking umbilical. So it looks like that can be between two boards maybe. Void Siege games, rules, etc. Boarding action missions, roll a d6, it gives you the mission. The Tower of Woe, mission briefing. So here we go, we've got some missions coming in. Deploy scenery setup. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So there's your 6 missions. And then bronze route, boarding action stratagems. This looks like it's for chaos. The destructive elite of Warsmith Zagra's Iron Warriors. His bronze warts served as bodyguards, ruthless enforcers, and as brutally efficient shock troops. Yeah, so that's obviously for chaos. And then we have Ground Truth, analysis of the Strong Rooms mission from Arcs of Omen Angron. So this looks like, is it going to be a battle report? No, it's just a quick look at the mission board, etc., and how it was played by the look of it. Alrighty then. Right, Echoes from the Warp. Assemble your boarding patrol. So obviously boarding patrols is taking off quite nicely. Are these Bulgrins or Ogrins? And some great chaos looking corn world eaters maybe. Jailbreaker, dangerous foe has been captured, but for how long? Boarding actions are the talk of the studio right now. It's inevitable that we'd end up featuring one in a battle report. So there you go. Right, Khan's boarding force. Yeah, so look at these. These are cool. I'm loving these. Loving the colour scheme. And then the 85th Deltic Lions. There's your board. Now, is that 2 boards or 1 board? Enemy contained, and away you go. So we've got probably about half a dozen pages or more. Yeah, more than that, about 12 pages. I mean, the terrain is really lovely. It's just a shame that the latest kill team, Soul Shackle, sold out. That's really bad planning. Really bad planning. Then we're into Necromunda. Oh, minis. Oh, wow. Lockjaw, the Wasteland Deadheads. So it's like a pet alligator. Cool. Showcase, Anathema. And then White Consoles. White Consoles are a successor chapter. This is Black Library. Yeah, so we got a... So this is just talking about the White Consoles. Ultramarines, successors, one of 18 chapters known as the Astartes Praesis. Their duty and those of the Space Marines they fight alongside is to guard the Imperium from any chaos incursion that issues forth from the Eye of Terror. And then you get some background information on Vitrian Messinius, Brother Captain, 10th Company, Lord Lieutenant attached to Fleet Tertius. White Consoles. And then we've got a Black Library fiction, first part of a new Grombrindle serial. Grombrindle. Right, here we go. And yes, fine, fair few pages for that one. And then inside the studio, Armies of the Studio. So Chaos, Space Marines there. Looks like Chaos, Renegade, Catachan. Not Catachan, Cadians. And then Hobby Bingo. Liking this Dark Angels Spartan. Nice. Right, so there you go. That was White Dwarf issue 485. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll try not to be so late getting out the next one. I know I say that a lot, but I do try. There you go. So that was that. You got your board in action cards, and then your stuff for the war cry, etc. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.